Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Before we get on with today's video, I've got a quick update to give you. It's Saturday the 11th of April 2020, it's Easter weekend. I'd set a target of getting 100 subscribers by the end of April, and I'm pleased to announce as of today, I think we're at about 104. That's what we were at when I looked at last night. So thanks very much to everybody who subscribed. Much appreciated. You don't realise how much that means to me. It's just fantastic. So without further ado, it's on to today's video. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do, I think, like I say, is it is a Sunday morning, and it's only about 9 o'clock. So I think what I'm going to do is start by taking off all these hoses, because obviously a lot of those have been cut off. You can see that there. So yeah, let's crack on and get those all off. Nice pair of pump pliers should do the trick, just to release the connectors. Save all these clips. I've looked online, I've looked on various motor factors, but I can't seem to get any new ones. It's nice to use the original ones. The Jubilee clips are alright, but I don't know, maybe it's me being a bit fussy, but I think they look a bit DIY, so I'm going to save all these. That's the first hose off, first scrap one. That one's tight on the actual car to get off, if I remember rightly. So a bit of leverage with a screwdriver. To be honest, I think it was just only those two. Excuse me, it's still got a nasty cough, as you can hear. I think it was only those two hoses. So I think what we're doing now is take this wiring loom off that we pointed out earlier off the end here. Cable ties holding that one. So that's one of the bit of wiring loom that goes into the main car. You can see where it's been cut off that end. It's always worth keeping hold of these. Cables can come in useful for repairs, the connectors on the end. Just see how you release these connectors. So that's got a little slotting thing which locks it onto the actual plug, or the actual socket rather. And you just put a little screwdriver in, either top or bottom, up there, and you just lever them out, pull that out, and that releases the clips, and you can pull it straight off. That's the old timing cover that I took off earlier. Might clean that one and put it on, or might just put the one off the other engine on. We'll see. Let's see which one looks the best. Put that down in our dump of parts there. I did notice some of the braiding's gone, or the protective plastic covering's gone on there, so I might swap that over off the other engine. We'll see. It's not essential. That all looks good off. That will have to come off at some point. So what I'll do, I think, as well, is take the power steering pump pipe work off, because again that's been cut. It's quite a waste really, because these things are really expensive to buy. But hey ho, let's get that off. So I think that's an E12 Torx bolt. Looks like that. I think it's an E12. Let's try it, see if it fits. Okay, so you can't get a socket in there. We'll try for a spanner. It's one thing I've probably pointed out before, but you can never have enough tools. If you ever need any tools, don't borrow them off a friend. Just put your hand in your pocket, invest the money, and buy what you need. I bought these ages ago, barely ever use them, but on this occasion you can see it's well worth having. We'll be stuck this time on a Sunday morning without it. So that's off. If you notice, that's all that yellow around there, that is the power steering, air conditioning fluid. That might be the dye they put in it, which shows up any leaks. Fluoresces under ultraviolet light, or it might just be the lubricant oil that's mixed in with the gas. But yeah, that's what it is. So again, keep that bit for now. I'll put the bolt back in the pump. Also, I'm going to block the pump holes off, because you don't really want to get dirt down that power steering pump hole. So down in the holes in the pump here. So I think that's all the ancillary bits and pieces off. The next thing to do is to try and get this engine sitting upright so I can work on it. Really sure I should be putting it on the sump, but we'll see how it goes. I'm going to need a little bit of man handling now, if I'm man enough to handle it. Just swing that round, I might go out of camera shot for a minute. So the wheels are in there's a bit of a groove in the concrete there. So what I'm going to do, swing that round so the wheels sit in the groove, and hopefully it won't move too much. Just trying to get hold of it at a solid place. Good if I can get one of those mats to stand it on. See if we can lift it. Get the mat. Yes, we can. Ooh, there she is, upright. Just putting the mats underneath it because it's easier to slide it about on them. In theory, it's easy to slide it about on them. So, it's fairly stable. Guys in a little bit closer, see what's going on now. So that's fairly stable on there. Just got to be aware of what's going on. I just noticed another cable there. If you can see that, bare wires and no connection on it. I don't know where it's supposed to go. It's a bit of a pain. Have to have a look on the other engine to see where that goes. It's connected to a bracket, connected to the dipstick tube, and it goes up to a connector there. It might actually be I think it's one of the oxygen sensors in the exhaust system. The sensor would have been on that end. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Because I remember looking underneath there on Friday and seeing there was a connector that needed to come off. I've also just noticed a couple of pipes now. I've lifted the engine up. Around the back here, they're the heater hoses that I just showed you in the engine bay. They've got to come off the existing engine that we haven't taken off yet, so a couple more of those clips. Knock one off. Yeah, chuck him on our parts pile. Right, so fuel hose has got to come off. That's got one of these fancy little push lock connectors on, which I have got the proper tool from. You might have seen in a previous video explaining that, about depressurising the fuel rail. Obviously we don't have to do this on this car because the engine's out of the vehicle, so that needs to come off. Just showing you a few other little bits and pieces that need to come off. There's a vacuum hose that's been cut off there. I remember this one when I took the manifolds off, so that goes down to a connector right underneath there in the engine, in the depths, and that was a pig to get to on the other engine. I think this runs. Let's go have a look in the other car, see where it runs. So we're that way round. Yeah, so that's the hose we're looking at. Be nice if we could get, sorry, not a very good shot. That's the hose we're looking at. So that was the one we're looking at. That connector's right down here. Bit of a pain to get to. I'm just wondering whether it might be easier. There's a quick lock connector, another quick lock connector there. I might take that off there actually, and then when we get this engine out, we can swap this decent hose over. Why they didn't just, it's just laziness. I suppose they do it for speed in the breakers yards, but just to unclip that perfectly good hose there, he could have probably sold that for 2 or 3 quid. But hey ho, that's not what he's done. So I think what we'll do is we'll unclip these out of these clips here. So let's clip there, a clip there, and then leave it on the existing engine. Obviously take off the quick lock connector there, or whatever they call them. I call them quick locks, but they're not very quick because they're a bit fiddly to get off. Take that off there, leave it on the engine when we take it out, then we'll swap it over because it's easier to get to. That's the fuel rail connector that I was talking about on the other engine, so that needs to come off. Yeah, when you start getting into this, there's a little bit more to do than you first think. There's a clip on there, we'll take that off. A little bit more to do. Just need to give a little bit of thought and just go through things methodically, because now I'm looking at the replacement engine. I'm finding bits and pieces that are going to need to be swapped over. So let's crack on and get a few more things swapped over. So for those of you that haven't watched my previous videos, that is the tool that I bought. It's only, I can't remember, I've had it several years now. It's when I did all the replace fuel lines and stuff on the GSI. But that's the tool you use for getting these things out, which you can't see. I've just realised on camera. Let's just lift you up a minute. So yeah, that quick lock connector, that blue one, I'll show you when we get it off, but it's inside there. So let's crack on with that. I can show you what I was talking about. So that's the connector that we've got there, and this tool here, if you put that in like that, just nip it up, it should open it up But I'll say this one doesn't seem to be working very well. It's pinged apart again. Anyway, we'll hang on to that, I'll find that bit in a minute. Right, that's that off. Let's tackle this vacuum hose. If I remember rightly, that was just like a pinch and pull job. But it was a bit of a fiddle. Again, it's brilliant the fact that I can just twist those parts around and get access to the fittings better. But that's off. Like I say, we'll whip that off the other engine when we get it off and refit it. But that's off for now. We'll take this O2 sensor off of here, all the wiring for it. Another thing you want to do if you're tackling a job like this yourself is to buy yourself a load of cable ties, because the amount of cable ties that are used to fit things on is unreal. Now, I did try and get this plug undone the other day and I struggled, but now I can see, I can see exactly how it works. Couldn't really see under the car. So there's another one. These are pretty standard on all vehicles. Another one of the plugs, so you can see it's got a waterproof seal in the end, that orange bit, and you've got that little push lever there. If you see inside and you push the little lever, you can see that open up, it releases. So good thing about having this engine out, this spare one, is I can see how that sort of thing works and know how to get it off the other vehicle. This pipe here goes on the rocker cover. Now I'm going to show you in there now, because a little bit of concern. I have had the rocker cover off. Didn't take it off on camera because you see me take one of these on and off enough. So I'll show you inside there in a minute. So that's it for this episode. Hope you've all enjoyed it. Might seem to waffle on a little bit at times about various bits and pieces and the videos and stuff. However, as I said right back at episode 1, when I first launched this channel, the whole idea of it is to inspire people at home who may not have done any work on vehicles before to get involved and have a go. So obviously what I'm doing is trying to show every little step and every little detail as best as I can, and just to show the whole process from start to finish. So anyway, I hope you've all enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe below, and I'll catch you in the next one.